there's a difference between having that want that you want and then judging and shaming your body on single thing that you do along the way.
Sure.
You can actually love your body in the process, and it doesn't have to be the topic of every conversation. And it also doesn't have to be how you greet someone. And when people ask, what are you up to? You don't have to share it. This can be a personal journey that you just go on.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I are going to dig into the powerful convo I had with Jenny Schatzle on our last episode. If you haven't yet listened to that one, you're going to want to listen to that one at some point, whether it's before this one or after this one or with a friend. It is awesome. Especially if you've got friends who all they bitch about is like how they look. Jenny Schatzle will give you the words to help shut them up, because no one goes to lunch to talk about that. Anyways, before we get into that, today is June 6th, 2024. So it's Caves and Karst Day. About this day, Caves and Karst. I actually don't know what a karst is, but I know what a cave is. So here we go. Celebrated on June 6th is gradually becoming a significant event in the US, and with good cause. And by the way, I looked for world ones, and since there are caves everywhere, I figured this could be also a world thing.
Karst is a landscape underlain by limestone, which has been eroded by dissolution, producing ridges, towers, fissures, sinkholes, and other characteristic landforms.
So it's just like, it's like the stalactites and stalagmites.
It's like what you expect to see on like the
cave?
edge of an ocean, where where the water has eroded and it's got all this funky little designs.
So it's a karst there, and then you go in and it's a cave. Well, at any rate, thank you for that side trip. The value and influence of cave and karst landscapes are the genetic makeup of the earth as a whole are utterly mind-boggling, as more cave enthusiasts across the world explore these underground sites of wonder and beauty. But there's a lot more to cave exploration than meets the eye. Caves and karst maintain natural diversity both above and below the earth and are home to many of the planet's most complex and unique ecosystems. The constant flow of water through their bedrocks creates a karst. As a result, sinking streams, caverns, springs, and other unique elements that make caves intriguing and magnificent are formed. So a karst becomes a cave. I'm confused.
It's just really glad we're celebrating them today.
We're celebrating them. It's, you know what? If you are in Vegas, you too can kayak like I did for too many miles. And there is a cave that you get to kayak under, and it's emerald. It's like literally green in there. It's so beautiful. So, go check them out. Also, when I was researching this day, I found out how many caves are in the US. We have some of the largest, longest caves in the world. But you know what? Even if you don't live in the US, check out a cave near you. They're pretty magnificent. Upcoming, we have Cambodia, February 2025.
Yeah, so y'all.
You can snag your spots.
October sold out, and February is on the docket. We are definitely excited to be going back 2 times next year. We don't know the dates for the end of the year yet, but we're looking at Feb 25. So if that works for you, make sure you reach out. Go to crowsnestretreats.com, crowsnestretreats.com. Next up, we got our OPC summer tour.
Woo! You were hearing it first. It's announced. We have 12 cities?
13 cities, because we're kicking it off here in Vegas.
Oh, that's right. We're kicking off in Vegas.
We added another one.
Yes.
So it's going to kick off, I think, on August 5th.
It's a
I
Sunday.
believe it's a Sunday, yeah.
Yes.
Pretty sure it's August 5th.
Sure.
And then we're going to be driving up and around. We're going to go all the way up to St.
August
Paul.
4th is a Sunday.
4th. Okay, August 4th. So we're going to drive all the way up to St. Paul, Minneapolis, and then over to Cleveland, and then back through the Midwest.
St. Paul, Minnesota. Minneapolis.
Yeah, they're the twin cities.
Oh, okay. So but do you say them like that? St. Paul, Minneapolis?
I don't know which one we're going to be at. So.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you were saying city state,
No,
I don't.
We're going to be
You guys, I'm not from the Midwest.
Texas,
I don't know.
and
No, okay.
Pennsylvania, Hawaii.
Yeah. Anyways, you got to go to opc.me/tour to check out the amazing spots we're going. Snag your spots because you guys, I don't know when the next time we'll do the Midwest again. Gonna be really honest. We got
plans, y'all. The year after that, we're thinking to do the West Coast again, but also, Lesley doesn't know this, but I want to start in Mexico.
Well, also, Brad doesn't know, but we've got to go to the UK. So we have
to get to the UK as well.
Yeah. So at any rate, opc.me/tour, snag your spot. Also happening.
No, Europe. Just do all of Europe.
Okay. That's not an option for next year, but we do want to do that. It's like a 2026 goal. Okay. So Elevate applications are going to open up pretty soon. Actually, we're going to open them up in the June, July time. We want to make sure that everyone has enough time to set the dates aside for 2025 to also like save up the investment for it and everything. We can only take 12 people in a group. So you want to go to Lesley Logan. That's an LesleyLogan.co/elevate to get on the wait list because the people on the wait list get to apply.
Yeah. Elevate is Lesley's mentorship program. It's the 9-month program for those of you who aren't familiar with it. And you deep dive with Lesley. She's passing along all the information that she learned from her teacher, Jay. And it's amazing. You're going to leave that with all the confidence in the world. You will never have to class plan again. It is incredible.
It's awesome.
Next up, we got Barrel's flashcards. It's the last chance, y'all, to get on the wait list.
It's literally the last chance.
The wait list.
You won't hear us talk about this. We're not going to talk about this again. This is it. This is the last chance.
No, we are going to talk about it on next week's pod, but like a week and a half and the wait list is open.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Brad is being really kind because I was like, they know about it now. No. Sucks for them. Too late.
This is your last chance to get on the wait list and save some money when we do our pre-sale. opc.me/flashcard waitlist. opc.me/flashcard waitlist.
And then lastly,
last but not least,
if you have wanted to try OPC and you're just like, I don't know, I want to try it though. You can. 40 days for $40.
Yeah.
That's $1 a day of Pilates.
That's right.
Yep. opc.me/40.
That's right.
That's great. Yeah. I love that. You guys, it's amazing. You can get into our community. You can come to a live class. You can do the weekly classes. You can ask us questions. It's actually where we answer questions daily. It's a really fire community. And we are no longer in the Facebook world. We are in our own app.
Yeah.
Our own app.
It's amazing.
All right. Before we get to Jenny Schatzle, what's our audience question?
All right. Shanarit L on YouTube asked, if you already have a reformer, what should you buy next?
I know. I thought this was a great question. I've never had anyone ask me. And I was like, great question. And also, it kind of depends on your space and what you want. If you already have a reformer, I would say a Contrology mat if you don't have that yet, because a lot of people don't invest in the mat and if you have those two, you are set, my friend. If you don't want to do the investment in a Contrology mat, then a spine corrector, believe it or not, is what I would suggest. A Contrology spine corrector. I have discount links on all these. And then if you are wanting something a little bit more challenging, because like the spine corrector is really good at helping you build your back bends, especially if you struggle with them. Like that's why I like everyone to have access to a spine corrector because it teaches an extension. But let's just say you just want to like power out, then get a Winna chair. And if you have the reformer and the Winna chair, and obviously have room on the floor to do the mat, you could be an OPC all equipment member. So there you go. The Winna chair doesn't take up a lot of space, and Contrology is a beautiful one, and it's so amazing.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I did a 50-minute workout on it yesterday to film for OPC, and I kicked my own ass. So that is what I would say. It just really depends on your practice and your goals and your space. So, if you want to take class with OPC, if you already have a reformer and you have the mat, then I would get a Winna chair.
Sounds like a plan. Great question. If you want to leave us a question that we might read here live on the pod, at the end of this episode, we will tell you our phone number that you can text, or you can DM us on Instagram and ask away. All right, now let's talk about Jenny Schatzle. Jenny Schatzle is a passionate speaker, author, coach, and advocate for transforming how women perceive themselves. Her mission is to break the cycle of toxic standards ingrained from an early age to shift the conversation surrounding appearance. By challenging societal norms and encouraging women to embrace their true selves, Jenny fosters a healthier, more respectful dialogue about body image.
Yes.
Plus, she uses curse words, and I love that.
We love that. And she does these like morning coffee mug chats, just like give you a pep talk. We actually talk about this in the episode, but like she had this post that's like, don't sacrifice like like 90% of your life just to be 5 pounds lighter or something like that.
95% of your life to be 5 pounds lighter. Yeah.
So she reposted that quote
5%
that she did, and the vitriol that she got. Oh my God. All from mostly men saying they won't be able to carry the coffin, like just awful things about the body. And she just like, okay, we got to talk about this because this is ridiculous. That's not at all what she is saying. Like, people confuse her talking about being kind about your body and not just constantly talking about being smaller and sacrificing, making decisions as like everyone should just be unhealthy. By the way, your size and health do not match up. That's just not how it works. So it was just sad to like read what people are saying. And it's just like, why are people such dickheads? When did people learn that if you like, you don't have something nice to say, you don't have to say anything at all? What is going on with people? I think reviews is where it started.
No, I think it's the fact that you can post on the internet and nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, well, she posted their comments, and I think she should have blasted their names, that she was nice enough to count them out, but I don't think you should. I think, you know what? If you think you're going to say some shit, your name should get put up there. So anyways, but here's some things I love that she said. She said, how we show up in our body is energy. And this is so true. If you are not feeling good about yourself, you start to only see the things you don't feel good about. And then when you go out into the world, like you bring that energy with you, you're not as excited. And so it's really important. If you can actually give yourself some self-love and truly believe that you are an amazing person, you can show up in your life, in your body in a much more positive space. And I really love that. I think we also talked about if you went out and ate the candy bar and had some fries and just like had a milkshake, you don't have to go, oh my God, I'm an asshole. You just go, okay, I did that. Moving on. Yeah. And I really, because that's energy, right? If you start to like doubt, like get down on yourself, you take yourself down, not just your body down, and it affects the whole day that you have. So every time you show up as your authentic self, you give women around you permission to do the same. And she does this, like, this is how she like lives her life on social media, but like she truly does this. When you are around her, I get surprised all the time that people in front of her would even at all like be mean to their bodies in front of her. I would be so afraid to say something like not nice about myself. And whenever she pops in my feed or I have a talk with her or we catch up, I am so much kinder to my body just because of her. I'm like, she's got my like shoulder, like, you know, it's okay. Like to love yourself and just get a different size, buy different jeans. It's okay.
I love that. One thing that she mentioned, which I thought was pretty ballsy, was she texted her whole family over the holidays and specifically requested everybody not talk about bodies, body images, body sizes, weight, dieting, loss, all that. You look so good, any of those kinds of comments with her kids. And the way she did it, I thought was incredibly thoughtful. And when I first heard the summary of it, I was like, whoa, that's like, was she like angrily yelling at everybody? But no, that's not what she did at all. First, she had a 3-step approach, and this was gold. Okay. The first thing she said was, she opened the conversation saying, I have struggled with body image my entire life. I'm sure y'all know that. The second thing she said is, I would like to ask for your help in this because I want to break this cycle. I don't want my kids to struggle with body image. So I ask you not to talk about bodies, body images around my kids when we come over for the holidays. And she said, lastly, the third step of it was to tell them, I love you very much. I'm so grateful for your support. I can't wait to see you all. Right. And I thought, wow, what a tactful way to challenge the family to not talk about something that she's really intentional about with her kids. And she also said, not a single family member responded.
Yeah.
But
it went fine.
It went really well. No one talked about those things. So clearly everybody read it. Nobody wanted to talk about it. Like, oh yeah, sure, I won't do that. No one actually, said that they would do it, but then they did it all. They did it anyway, which I thought was really amazing. And she was talking about the way that we were trained as a societally, how we were trained to think when it comes to body image and fashion and all the things. And, if her kids come downstairs and they say, hey, I put on this new outfit, what do you think? Instead of saying, oh my gosh, you look beautiful, right? Because that's the first response. It's a natural response. It's just kind of the way that we all would think. would talk, she said there's some inherent issues with that response, which are we are judging them based on how they, on beauty, on this idea of beauty, right? And so instead, she says that makes you look really powerful, and then she asks them, "How does it feel on your body?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or how does it make you feel? That's a great way to instill this idea of being in tune with yourself, being in tune with like, how does, your own body, how does it make you feel? Right. And I just thought it was really cool. I like the way that she approaches that.
Yeah, I really like it too. And I think I remember when we talked about this in the episode, when she posted, I asked my family not to do these things and here's what you can prompt your family with. And I was like, wow, that is bold.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I was like,
bold.
I want to know how this went down because can you, I was just like, what would our family say? And you know what? Here's what I think. In both sides, I think everyone would have complied just like her family. I do wonder what happened when you left the room. If you're like, she made us not talk about our body. I just really wonder because I
wonder
feel
if they snarkily went to each other and they were like, "You look so great today. You look so skinny today. Did you lose 5 pounds?" After she left the room.
I wonder if they did, or maybe it helped. It freed them from
maybe
playing the loop that we all play every year at the holidays. Oh, I gotta lose 5 pounds. Oh, I gotta do this thing. So, and by the way, if you are on a journey because you are not excited about how your body is feeling, it is okay. I actually wanted to say, it's okay. There's just a difference between judging your body and shaming your body and getting actual information around how you want to feel, how you want to be, what that is, and then making a plan for yourself, whether that's sleep, whether that's getting your hormones checked. Maybe you want to actually add more nutrition to the meals. These are all okay things. And I actually think that Jenny understands that and explains that, because when you talked to her about her gym, she owns a gym and her big thing is are you sleeping?
Yeah.
Sleep is amazing for self-care. Drinking water is amazing. And so I just want to say that because I don't want anyone to feel bad that if you are actually going, no, but Lesley, I really do want to lose 10 pounds because I just don't like the way I look. There's a difference between having that want that you want and then judging and shaming your body on single thing that you do along the way.
Sure.
You can actually love your body in the process. And it doesn't have to be the topic of every conversation. And it also doesn't have to be how you greet someone. And when people ask, what are you up to? You don't have to share it. This can be a personal journey that you just go on. I have girlfriends, we're getting older, our bodies are changing, and there's certain things I'm like, okay, I can be okay with that. And there's something that's not okay with that. I don't like how that feels. I don't like how that feels on me, but it's not how we greet each other. And it's not what we talk about at lunch. We talk about other things how's work going? How are you feeling? What are you doing for fun? What are your hobbies? So there's just different things. And I just want to point that out because I do know that sometimes when these topics come up, people can start to get down on themselves for thinking those things about themselves. It's good to have awareness and it's good to understand what's motivating you.
All right. So finally, let's talk about those be it action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your convo with Jenny Schatzle? She shared her big trick on giving actionable tools when people started to compare themselves or when you're talking down to yourself.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And I did this today while I was listening to the pod. She said, hey, listen, when you catch yourself in that cycle of, shit talking yourself, or, if you're in a conversation, if you're mentally comparing yourself to someone else. She said, hey, take a moment, put your hand on your heart and breathe in for 5 seconds. Hold it for 5 seconds and then breathe out for 5 seconds. And she said, do it again, but this time say here. And then when you breathe out, say now. So breathe in, here, hold for 5 seconds, and then breathe out and say now. And the idea is that you're in the here and now. You are here and now. And it's a way to kind of bring yourself back into, this moment. Mm-hmm. And instead of it will allow you to jumpstart that negative rut of comparison, the negativity, beating yourself up. And instead it brings you back to the moment, the present. I thought that was a really cool little tool.
Mm-hmm. I really liked it. I think it's really great. And I also like that you can, afterwards, you'll be calmer and you'll be able to figure out how you want to move forward.
Yeah.
I think like if you get all up in your head, you can't really, you go into the way you were ingrained to think about yourself and talk to yourself. And you won't be able to think about the actions someone who's been working on loving yourself, working on being more body positive and kind, and also thinking about other things in this world, that you can actually take actions from that place, which is really cool. Okay. This is so cool. I had no idea that she has a journal coming out. And so she said she'll share it's available, but we have this rule, guys. We actually say, if you're going to talk about journaling, you have to tell people what to do. So as soon as she said you're going to journal, I was just like, oh, Jenny, we have rules. We have rules. You're not allowed to talk about journaling unless you tell people, but she came prepared. She will have a journal prompt that is going to be 90 ways in 90 days. So 90 ways to love your body in 90 days.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is me great. And we'll let you know that's available. But in the meantime, you can set a timer for 5 minutes and free write. Literally write everything that's going on in your head. Don't worry about grammar or punctuations. It literally takes 5 minutes that can change your life and boost creativity. And we've talked about like the artist way on this show before. And, like everyone's like, it takes me forever to write 3 pages. I'm like, how does it take you forever to write 3 pages? You must be thinking about your grammar and your punctuation, like what to write. You're supposed to free write. Free write is just like a total brain dump. And so it really is a great way to journals whenever you if you are starting to feel a little down on yourself, if you're starting to shame or judge yourself, you notice that you just had lunch and all your friends talked about what diet they're on, you can free write to let that go. Oh, it's August giving kisses. It's a new thing, guys. He's working on it. Normally when he gives kisses, he also like butts his head up and maybe tips you with his nose a little bit. But now he's actually learning how to kiss, but it's the wettest kiss.
It's a wet kiss.
It's like the whole tongue has to be part of it. So
if you're on YouTube, you can see August. He just joined this show.
If you are not on YouTube, we are on YouTube. You can watch it. Yeah, you can. So anyways, thank you, Jenny Schatzle, for coming back and reminding us, it's been a couple of years since we had you on the show, reminding us to love ourselves, to change the conversation, to break the cycle. Y'all, please, like write down a few different ways to greet your friends that don't have anything to do with like, oh, you've lost 5 pounds. You can say, you look powerful. Oh my God, I love being around your energy. You light up a room. There's so many different things you can say that have nothing to do with the person's actual physical looks. And it's so true. Jenny was talking about her friend who like complimented her abs when she was like breastfeeding. And now every time she's around that friend, she like thinks about her abs. Like she's self-conscious that she doesn't have them, whatever. Yeah. It is so true because I have been in the bathroom when people have talked about me when I was too skinny. They've talked about me in the bathroom, that when I gained weight and I was in the bathroom, I was so afraid to be in the bathroom with other people because I was just conscious of like, what if they saw me? Now they're gonna say I've gained weight. Like, so it's true. We like these things leave a mark on us. At any rate, I'm Lesley Logan.
And I'm Brad Kroll.
Thank you so much for listening to us today.
Thank you.
Please share this with a friend who needs to hear it. A sibling or family member that if you are not wanting to talk about weight with when you come to the next holiday event, 4th of July is around the corner. And if you're in the States, if you're not in the States, and I'm sure you have a holiday coming up. And please do leave us a review. They do mean the world to us. At the time of recording this, we almost have 100. So it'd be really cool if we had 100 reviews before we hit 400 episodes, which is coming up. And until next time, be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at BeItPod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Kroll.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the epic team at Disenyo.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.